Here with Friars head coach Kim English. Kim, obviously not the result that you wanted here today. Your initial reaction to hearing the news that you won't be headed to the NCAA tournament?
Disappointed, but not surprised after, the, events, that happened, honestly, at the end of our regular season and even to last night or Saturday night with some of the conference championship results. Disappointed group, which, I'd expect, but a chance to play more basketball. Not in the tournament we all want to be playing for. We do this to win a national championship. But I think a great lesson, I'm thinking about as we move on and this team moves on, to remember this feeling. I think that's important.
How difficult was it since the moment you guys left the court, knowing that it wasn't in your hands and you just had waiting to go, watching other teams and different upsets happening?
Yeah, we were disappointed after the Marquette game. We were disappointed about some happenings at the end of that game. We had a bad stretch in the first half, but really thought we did some really good things to get back into the game. Chance to tie it, chance to take leads a few times. So more disappointed about the game and not being able to win Big East championship, which is one of our goals. But you never like when your season is in someone else's hands. But what you need to do is do a better job when your season is in your hands, and a great lesson for our guys.
Do you think some of that disappointment, too, was just knowing the magnitude of if you guys could have gotten that win against Marquette, what it would have meant here today?
Truthfully, watching seeding, I'm not sure how much it would have meant. It would have meant we had a chance to beat the number one team in the country and get an automatic bid. I think the conference tournaments mean very little as it goes to seeding.
Do you think that there's a flaw in the system that this needs to be evaluated, maybe looked at differently? When you look at some of the teams that got in, some of their resumes compared to resumes of not only your team, but some of the other Big East teams.
I do. I'm not sure how much me thinking that matters. We'll have a head coaches meeting at the Final Four. I do think the net system does allow it to be played and gamed and manipulated. But that's not what matters. What matters is us doing what's best for our program to give our guys the best chance to play the best basketball to get into the tournament. And if that's with scheduling, from our standpoint as coaches, is getting the best players, getting our players to play the best when it matters most. That's what's most in our control. But do I think the system is flawed? Yes, I do.
If you could go back to the beginning of the season, standing where you are right now, would you have done anything differently?
Yeah, absolutely. I would have tried to run up the score late in some games. I would not have subbed out our starters to protect them from rest. I would not have subbed out our starters to give our other guys some opportunities. I think that would have made our offensive numbers look a little bit better. I would have maybe spent more time on free throws. Maybe should have emphasized offensive rebounding a little bit more. Need to make our offensive numbers look better. Yeah.
As far as this group this season and the way the season went, how would you summarize what this group did accomplish and where this team started and where it ended up?
I think they show great resolve in what we want in our guys' DNA, but you get no medal for trying hard or playing hard. Every team we field will always do those things. We need to build our roster to be able to withstand injuries like Bryce's. It was a crushing blow. It took us about 3.5 games to adjust. I thought we did. Started playing better. We had some other unfortunate losses in this roster, but it's a part of it, and the best teams in this country are built to withstand those things. They're a part of the game. And it's been a great, great season of learning for me. We still have more basketball to play. Yeah. But when it is the off season, I have a ton of room to get better, as a coach, as a program builder, to keep giving us a chance to play in this great tournament.
Do you feel like a day like this, a feeling like this is something that is motivating to reach those goals that you've talked about?
It absolutely is. Looking at their faces, talking to them tonight, I saw a different look in their eyes. it hit a little more. It's Jaden Pierre's first time missing the tournament. Bryce Hopkins' first time not playing in the tournament. Absolutely is. And I like that there's something for us to hold on to. All failure is not fatal. Oftentimes failure is the first step to success. It is something that we can grab onto and as we get into training this offseason.